Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors, a podcast for home improvement contractors to help you crush your lead goals and take your business to the next level. Join us each episode as we give you powerful insights and practical tips on the best digital marketing strategies to help you grow your home improvement business. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Digital Marketing for Contractors. I am Caitlyn Noble.
And I'm Meredith Medlin. And this show comes from your team here at Fat Cat Strategies, where we work exclusively with home improvement replacement contractors. We have got a story that you have probably lived. A contractor does $4 million in revenue. Good year.
Great year.
The next year, they add a truck. They hire 2 more people. They push harder than ever. And they finish the year at $4 million again.
Same number, more stress.
Same number, more stress, exactly. And the year after that, it's the same thing. More effort in, same result out. That is a plateau. And today, we're going to talk about why it happens, because it almost never is the reason that people think it is.
It is usually not a work harder problem. It is a ceiling problem. And the good news is there are only about 4 ceilings. So by the end of this episode, you should be able to name the one that is capping you.
So this is a diagnostic episode. We're not going to hand you a list of 20 things to do right now, because on a plateau, doing 20 things is exactly the trap. The whole point is to find the one constraint that is holding everything else down and put your energy there.
Right. If you fix the wrong thing, it feels like effort with no payoff. And that is the most frustrating place to be. So let's help you find the right thing.
And before we name the ceilings, let's define what a plateau actually is, because people mix it up with a couple of other things.
Okay, so a plateau is when your revenue is basically flat across multiple years, but your inputs keep climbing. You are spending more, you have more people, you are working more hours, and the number at the bottom does not move.
Yeah, the key word there is years, because the first thing I want to separate out is seasonality. If you are a bath company and January is slow, that's not a plateau. That is a Tuesday. So a plateau shows up year over year, not granular at a month over month level.
And the second thing to separate out is a soft market. Sometimes the whole category is down. That is real, but it is different. A plateau is when the market is fine and you're still stuck.
So here is the core idea for this whole episode. And if people take one thing away from it, I want it to be this. Your growth is capped by one constraint at a time. Not one of them, not 5, not 10, one constraint.
Say more about that, because I think this is the part people miss.
So, okay, picture your business as a system. Leads come in, they get set, they get sat, they get sold, and then they get installed. There is one link in that chain that is the weakest, and it sets the pace for the entire thing. If you pour more into any other link, it just backs up behind the weak one. You feel busy, but your number doesn't move.
Which is why we tried everything is so common on a plateau. People do try everything, but everything includes a lot of things that were not the actual constraint.
Exactly. So the job is not to just try harder. The job is to find that one ceiling that you're pressed up against and break that one.
And in our experience, contractor plateaus almost always trace back to one of 4 ceilings. So let's lay all 4 out, and then we will go deep on each one.
Okay, 4 ceilings. I will name them fast so people can hold them in their head, and then we'll slow down. Ceiling 1 is the lead source ceiling. You have maxed out 1 or 2 channels, and there's nowhere left to grow.
Ceiling 2 is the conversion ceiling. You are getting leads, but the funnel leaks, so more leads will not help you.
Ceiling 3 is the brand ceiling. You rent all of your attention, you own none of it, and every lead has to be bought at full price.
And ceiling number 4 is the system ceiling. The owner is the bottleneck and nothing is measured cleanly, so you cannot scale or delegate.
And here's the reassuring part. Most plateaued contractors are pressed hard against one of these and only lightly against a second. So you do not have all 4 of these issues equally. There's usually a clear worst ceiling.
So as we walk through them, listen for the one that makes you a little uncomfortable. That flinch is the diagnosis.
Exactly. So, okay. Caitlyn, let's start with the first one, the lead source.
Take this mic out and hold it. It's The end of the day, we're recording this. I'm feeling a little tired. Ceiling number 1. Okay, the lead source concentration. The symptom is oh my gosh, I just warned you guys. Ceiling number 1, lead source concentration. The symptom here is simple. Say that 3 times fast. When you look at where your leads actually come from, most of them come from one place or maybe 2.
And a lot of the time, that one place is an aggregator. So Angie, Home Advisor, Modernize.
Heard it. Or
it's word of mouth, which feels great, but you genuinely cannot control the volume of.
Oh, no, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. So why does that?
Caitlyn's ceiling is 4 p.m.
Yeah,
on
why
a
are we ever recording a podcast at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday? So why does that cap your growth? Because a single channel has a ceiling on how much volume it can give you and a floor on how cheap it will ever be. You can only scale up to that source that source can deliver. And the day that source raises its prices or the lead quality dips, your whole business feels it.
And you're exposed. If 80% of your leads are coming from one vendor, that vendor basically has a hand on the thermostat of your entire company. And that is not a comfortable place to be.
So what is the fix from the marketing side? You build a second and third channel that you actually can control. So organic search, where you rank for the work you do in the areas you serve. Paid search, where you show up the moment someone is looking. And jobsite radius social, where you market around the neighborhoods you are already working in.
Yeah, and the theme there is owned. You want lead flow that is not hostage to one vendor's pricing.
And here is the first move for anyone listening. Go into your CRM and pull a lead source breakdown. My favorite report. Just find the percentage of your leads coming from your biggest single biggest source. If one source is more than half of your leads, there is a very good chance that concentration is your ceiling.
And you don't have to fix it right now, overnight. You just have to start your second channel, get that rolling. Diversifying by even one real additional source is going to change your math.
I swear I just talked to somebody the other day. We're trying to break that ceiling by adding on other digital channels because this is exactly what's happening.
Exactly.
So, yay, they acknowledged it.
Okay.
Second ceiling.
Ceiling 2. Conversion and speed. And this is the one that catches a lot of people by surprise because, yes, the leads are coming in. The phone is ringing, so it doesn't feel like a marketing problem.
But if your set rate, your sit rate, and your close rate are soft, then buying more leads is just pouring more water into a leaky bucket.
Right. And so let's put names to the leaks here because our listeners know these terms. If you've listened to our podcast for a while now.
We've said them.
Yes. Okay. So speed to lead, meaning how fast you make first contact. Set rate, sit rate, and close rate. And then the leak points everybody in this industry knows. Cancel prior to issue, demo, no sell, and age leads that are just sitting there.
Every one of those is money you already paid for leaking out.
Oh, we hate that. And that is why the ceiling is so brutal. If your funnel converts poorly, then every new lead costs you more than it should. And no amount of extra marketing spend fixes that because the problem is downstream of the click. You cannot buy your way out of a math problem. I wish you could have, though, in high school or college, elementary school.
The thoughts that just crossed my mind about buying my way out of a math problem. So the fix here lives right where marketing meets the call center. Faster first contact. So speed to lead goes from hours to minutes. Tighter confirmation calls. So fewer appointments cancel before they get issued. And a real follow-up sequence for aged leads instead of letting them die in the CRM.
And that last one is kind of like free money. So most contractors have a pile of age leads that they've paid for in the past and they just never worked properly.
Say more. So the first move for the listener on this one, measure your speed to lead this week. Literally count the minutes from when a form comes in to when a human being makes the first call. Y'all, we've talked about this ad nauseum at this point.
Yeah.
It's still important. Do it if you haven't done it.
Exactly. And if that number is measured in hours instead of minutes, stop right there. You found the ceiling. speed to lead is one of the quickest wins in this whole episode. So if that's your problem, the good news is, yay, you found it and easy fix.
It really is. All right. Ceiling 3, brand and owned demand. Oh, that's good. And the symptom here is quiet, which is why people miss it. I should whisper this section.
You should 100%.
The symptom is that nobody searches for your company name.
Yeah. Every single lead that you get has to be bought at the moment of intent. You are always renting that attention. You never actually own any of it.
And why does that cap your growth? Because without your brand recognition in your service area, you are competing on price for cold clicks against everybody else, including, by the way, the aggregators who are reselling that same homeowner to 3 of your competitors.
So as you try to scale, your cost per lead just keeps climbing because you're buying every drop of demand at the full retail cost.
Absolutely. The fix is to build own demand over time, a consistent brand presence in your market, reviews that actually reflect the work you do, being genuinely visible so that some share of the demand starts coming to you by name at a lower cost.
And I want to be really honest about this one because it's the slowest ceiling to break. It's kind of like a compounding investment, not a switch that you can just flip. So nobody should promise you a fast result on brand immediately. If somebody does, you should definitely be skeptical.
That is fair. It is the one that pays off the most over 3 years and the least over 3 weeks.
Boom. So the first move here is easy and honestly a little bit humbling. Search your own company name and then search your competitors. Just kind of notice who owns the branded real estate there, who has the reviews, who looks like the established name in your market.
And if the answer is that you are invisible when someone looks for you specifically, that tells you where the work is.
Amen. All right. Ceiling number 4, systems and measurement. The symptom here is that the owner is the bottleneck. The owner is copied on everything. The owner is the final call on everything. And underneath that, the lead sources are not tracked cleanly. So nobody can tell you which dollar produced which job.
My least favorite
The
ceiling.
least favorite.
And that is the one that caps everything as well quietly. Because you cannot scale what you cannot measure or delegate. If your attribution is guesswork, then your budget gets spread by gut feel. And when you spread by gut feel, the good channels get starved and the weak ones get fed. So passionate about that.
Yeah. And the fix starts with CRM discipline. Every lead source needs to be tagged in your CRM. Every stage needs to be tracked. Inquiry, set, confirmed, issued, demo, sold, all of that so that your spend can follow the channels that actually produce revenue for you.
And once the numbers are trustworthy, the owner can finally hand off decisions because the decisions are based on data instead of the owner's memory.
So the first move here, pick one number that you're going to trust this month. A great one is your cost per issued appointment, broken out by lead source. And if your CRM can't produce that number cleanly, then congratulations, you just found your first project. That is the ceiling.
I just want to quickly reflect on a story that is so recent. I mean, we literally just had a conversation with a really great client who was like, well, I just feel like the phone was ringing more.
Right.
The phone was ringing. I feel like it. I'm like, okay, well, is that in the CRM? Are there more leads in the CRM? Mm-hmm. And I love it. We've trained our team as well. They're like, okay, well, were there more leads in the CRM? What was the demo? What was the sit? What was the appointment rate? What was the sale rate?
Let's look at the data, and we need to have the data because
the data wasn't in the CRM.
Exactly. That makes it impossible. Then we're going off of vibes.
Vibes over data.
And
please track this information.
There's your ceiling, folks.
There is your ceiling. Okay, we're going to give you an example of all 4 of these together. And I want to be clear up front. This is, of course, a fictional company. The one that I just didn't name was a real company.
Yes. This
is a fictional company. Our friends at Summit Bath Solutions, not a real client. The numbers are made up to illustrate a point.
Okay, so picture Summit Bath. They're a bath remodeler stuck at around $4 million for the past 3 years. The owner keeps adding spend and adding staff, and the number just will not move.
And when you look under the hood, it is all four ceilings a little bit. Most of Summit's leads come from one aggregator. That is ceiling 1. Their speed to lead is slow because confirmation calls are inconsistent. That is ceiling 2. Almost nobody searches Summit Bath by name. They're ceiling 3. And the owner cannot tell you which source drives issued appointments. Boom, they're ceiling 4.
Okay, so here's the punchline. Summit spent 2 whole years buying more leads, fighting that first ceiling, when their real constraint was conversion. That's ceiling number 2, where the leads were fine, the bucket was just leaking.
They fixed the wrong ceiling, and that is why the Plateau held for 3 years. Not because they were lazy, because they aimed their effort at the wrong link in the chain.
That is the lesson of the entire story. Find the hard ceiling first.
Okay, so let's make this something you can act on tomorrow. 5 quick things.
Okay, 1, pull your lead source breakdown and find your single largest source as a percentage of your total leads. If it is more than 50%, flag that bad boy.
And call it bad boy.
Make sure you do. Too bad.
Measure your speed to lead once this week. Minutes from inquiry to first human contact.
Number 3, search your own company name and one competitor's name. Notice who owns the branded search results and who owns the reviews.
So basically what we're saying is look at your brand name, look at how many reviews you have, look what else is showing up on that list under your brand. Do the same thing against a competitor.
Yeah.
See what happens. 4, pick one number to trust this month. We like cost per issued appointment by source. If your CRM cannot produce it, that is your first project.
And number 5, this is a big one. Before you spend another dark marketing dollar, name your hardest ceiling out loud. Say it to your team, because once you name it, you stop spreading your effort and you start aiming it at what matters.
So we're going to land this plane. 4 ceilings: lead source, conversion, brand, and systems. And the one idea underneath all of them: growth is capped by one constraint at a time. So find the hard ceiling first and fix that one thing.
And if you are sitting there driving wherever you are listening to this and you're thinking, I'm pretty sure I am plateaued, but honestly, I genuinely I don't know what ceiling it is. That's exactly the conversation we love to have with our clients and our prospective clients.
It is. And so, of course, if you would want a second set of eyes on where your growth has actually capped, I'm telling you guys, I just did this 2 days ago with another company. Book a strategy call with us. You can find us at fatcatstrategies.com. Obviously, all of our contact information is in the show notes, and we will help you pinpoint your ceiling before you spend another dollar trying to break through the wrong one.
That is it. That's going to do it.
Do these ceilings apply to like weight loss?
Oh my God.
You know, like people say your weight plateaus.
You know what? Honestly,
we'll have a part 2 of this conversation.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with digital marketing.
But we do appreciate you guys.
Let's talk, and we'll talk about health. So
yeah, thank you guys
so much,
and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.